So this video is on solving systems of inequalities. So we're going to have more than one inequality at the same time is what we're going to be dealing with here. So for this, let's write our title. So solving systems of inequalities. Now, for this, what you want to do is we're going to graph both inequalities, and we want to see where both inequalities have in common. So I'm going to shade one inequality, I'm going to shade the other inequality. I'm going to do them in different colors, and where both of the colors are, that's going to be my solution. So the example, let's say we have y is less than or equal to a negative x plus 5, and then y is greater than a 2/3 x minus 1. So first off for this, I want to pay attention to what's going to happen. This one here is going to be a solid line because of the equal in the inequality. This one is going to be a dashed line because it does not have a line underneath, an equal underneath. And then in terms of shading, since this one's less than, I'm going to shade below. And since this one's greater than, I'm going to shade above. So let me get my graph. Okay, so for the first one, let's say I do the first one in purple. Okay, so I'm going to do this one in purple. So when I'm graphing this, my y-intercept is going to be at 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My slope's -1, so I'm going to go down 1 and right 1. And then this one, I'm going to have a solid line. Okay, so let me just draw my solid line. And we were going to shade above, below, because it was less than. So we're going to shade below. So if I'm going to shade below, I'm going to shade everything here. Now, for the next one, let me do that one in teal. Okay. So for that one, my y-intercept is going to be a -1. And I'm going to be going up 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. Let me just do a little more. Up 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. Up 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. This is going to be a dashed line. So I'm going to draw a dashed line. So then for the teal one, remember it was y is greater than, so that means I'm going to shade above. So I'm going to get my teal color. And above my teal line, I'm going to be shading above my teal line. And so when I'm shading, I'm looking to see, I'm looking to see where I have things. Sorry, I'm clicking my thing by mistake. I'm looking to see where I have both colors. Okay. So when we're doing this, the graph is actually broken up into what you can consider 4 pieces. I'm just going to number them as a little reference. So let's say this is piece number 1, this is piece number 2, this is piece number 3, and this is piece number 4. So in piece number 1, right here, right here, I have only the teal shading. That means that these are solutions that are going to make only this inequality true, not this purple one. Over here in area 2, nothing is shaded. All of these ones are going to make neither one of them true. Neither the purple or the teal one will be true if I take any point from this region. This region here has only the purple. So that's going to make the top inequality true, but not the second, the teal one, true. Now this area here, area 4, has both the purple and the teal. So anything in this area is going to make both of the inequalities true at the same time. That is where my answer is going to be. Okay. So a lot of times I like to write in here. Whoops, let me actually get so I like to write in here that this, I don't know what I'm in right now. Let me get it to be normal. Okay, that this is our answer. Our answer is here. So again, sometimes I'll teach, like I am right now, that you're going to shade the one inequality in one color, the other inequality in the other color, and then where both colors are, that's going to be your final answer. Now, really, truly, when we're doing this, the only place I do need to have it shaded is my area that I have answer. So I really could take that away and then just go, okay, this is where my answer is. So really, this is the answer. None of the rest of these sections are going to make both of them true at the same time. Only this is what's going to make it true. But again, what we can do is, let's see if I can undo this, is it sometimes, again, is useful for us to focus on one inequality at a time. So again, for this purple one, I was shading everything below, which is everything here. For the teal one, I was shading everything above, which was everything here. And where I have both graphs, that's where my answer is. Okay. Now, let's try another example. So let's try the following. So let's say, for example, we have y is less than x plus 2, and y is less than or equal to 10 minus 3/4 x. Okay. So again, if I want to focus on solid or dashed, this one here is going to be dashed. This one here is going to be solid. Okay, the dashed one is dashed because there's no equal underneath this. The solid one is solid because there is an equal. Now, the next one that we want to think about is, do we shade above or below? Since this is less than, I'm going to shade below. And since this one's less than or equal to, I'm also going to shade below. So let me graph these. And I'm going to need to get up to a 10. So let me just see if I have enough space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I have enough space. So for my first graph, let me graph that one. I'll do that again in purple. Okay. So for that one, I'm going to have a y-intercept at 2. In front of my x is really a 1. So that means I'm going to go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. Okay. And then I can draw my line. My line is going to be a dashed line. Okay. So let me draw in my dashed line. So this is, I'll make it a little thicker though. This is going to be my dashed line. So this means nothing on this line is going to make it true. Okay. Now I need to shade below. So I'm going to shade below, which means I'm going to be shading everything here. Now for the other one, I'm going to do that one in teal again. I'm going to be starting at 10. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to be going down 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. This one's going to be a solid line. Okay, so I'm going to try to make it a little more transparent, sorry. But this is going to be a solid line. And then for this, I want to shade below. So for my teal line, I'm going to be shading below my teal line. Now, when I shade below, what's going to happen is, again, if I break this up into 4 sections, section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, section 1 makes neither inequality true. Section 2 makes the first one, my purple one, only true. Section 4 makes my teal one, the second one, only true. And down here in section 3, that's where both shading is. That is where our answer is. That makes both inequalities true at the same time. So let me get that back. Sorry. I'm a little crazy with my undos. Okay. So my answer is going to be here. This is where my answer is. All the points here in that section is going to be my answer. So I'm going to do 2 more examples. Okay. This one is going to be example 3. For this one, we're going to have y is less than negative 3x plus 1, and y is greater than or equal to negative 2. So in this situation, again, I need to focus on solid or dashed. This is going to be dashed. This one's going to be solid. Then I need to figure if I'm going to shade above or below. Since this one's less than, I'm going to shade below. And the other one, I'm going to shade above. Okay, so let's graph these. So again, I'm just going to use the same color. So I'll do purple for the first one and teal for the second one. So for the first one, my y-intercept is going to be 1. My slope is a -3. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3 to the right 1, 1, 2, 3 to the right 1. And let me just 1, 2, 3 backwards 1. And this is a dashed line. So I'm going to draw a dashed line here. And for this one, we're going to shade below. So when I shade this, I'm going to be shading, oops, let me get my purple. I'm going to be shading below. This is going to be below. For my other one, which is going to be my teal one, this is going to be a horizontal line at y equal -2, and it's going to be a solid line. And for this one, I'm going to shade above. So when I'm shading above, I'm shading everything above this line. Now, when I'm shading above, what you'll notice is, again, if I break this up into 3 sections, section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, section 1 only makes my second one true. Section 2 makes neither true. Section 3 is going to make my first one true. And section 4 is going to make all of them true. So this is where my answer is going to be in this region. And the last one we're going to have where maybe they're not in y equal form. So let's try one like that. So for this example, example 4, yeah, double checking my numbers. We have -4x plus 4 is less than or equal to, 4y is less than or equal to -12. And -2x minus 2y is less than or equal to 4. So neither one of these is in y equal form. So I need to get them to be in y equal form, okay? So for this one here, I am going to be adding 4x to both sides. I'm going to be dividing by 4, dividing by 4, dividing by 4, and I'm going to get y is less than or equal to x minus 3. Now, for my second one, I'll make this one my teal one. I'm going to be adding 2x to both sides. So I'm going to get a -2y is less than or equal to 2x plus 4. I'm going to divide by a -2, divide by a -2, divide by a -2. And remember, when I divide by a negative, that's going to switch the direction of my inequality. Again, because I'm dividing by a negative. So this is going to be a -x minus 2. So these are the two graphs I'm going to be graphing, okay? So I'm just going to box them, not that I'm done with my problem, but these are the two I'm going to be graphing. Now, for the first one, this is going to be solid. This one's also going to be solid. This one I'm going to shade below. And this one I'm going to shade above. Now notice that in this situation, my second one, which started out as a less than, ended up being a greater than. So don't decide whether you're going to shade above or below until you isolate your y, get your y by itself. Okay, so I am going to graph. So I just get a graph here. So I'll do my purple one first. My y-intercept for that is going to be a -3. And I'm going to be going up 1 over 1. Just get a couple points here. This is going to be a solid line. I'm going to kind of zoom in for a second. And so I am going to do a solid line, make it a little bit transparent. Okay. And then for this one, I want to shade below. So I'm going to shade below. So I'm going to be shading everything below. And for my other one, which is going to be my teal one, my y-intercept is a -2. Whoops, teal is a -2. And I'm going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1. When I say over, I shouldn't say over right. And for this one, this is going to be a solid line also. So I'm going to draw my solid line. Let me just kind of zoom in a little bit. Okay, so that's my solid line. And for this one, I'm going to be shading above. Okay, so I'm going to be shading above. So I'm going to be shading here. So you notice that one's only making my teal one true. Shading here, that's going to make both of them true. Okay. Let me just add my purple still down here. Okay. So again, if I'm looking at this in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, area 1 makes nothing true. This area 2, this whole area 2 here only makes my teal one true. Down here in 4, that only makes my purple one true. This one here has both colors. That's going to make both of them true. So my answer for this is going to be here. That's where my answer is. And that's the end of the notes and the end of the video.